everyone. So today we are going to read a story of O.henry, which is the last leaf. So yeah, and today uh, I think my voice is not good, so bear with it. Okay, let's start today's story. The last leaf. In a little district west of Washington Square, the street have run crazy and broken themselves into small strip called places. These places met strange angels and cows. One street crosses itself a time or two. An artist once discovered a valuable possibilities in the street. Suppose a collector with a bill for paints, papers, and canvas should, in traversing this route, suddenly meet himself coming back without cent, having been paid on account. So, to quaint old Greenwich village, the art people soon came prowling, hunting for north window and 18th century gabled Dutch attic and low roof. Then they impose some punt and cashing DCs or two from 16th Avenue and become a colony. At the top of 23-story brick, Sue and Johnsy had their studio. Johnsy was familiar for Joanna. One was from Marine and another from California. They had meet at the table, they author of an 18th Street Delmonico's and found their taste in art, chicory, salad, and bishop's sleeves. So cognition that the joint studio resulted that was in May. In November, a cold, unseen, strange womb the doctors called pneumonia. Talk about the colony touching one here and there with the icy fingers. Over one east side, this revenge store broadly smiting his victims by scores, but his feet trod slowly through the maze of narrow and moss ground places. Mr. Phenomena was not what you would call a shivery old gentleman, a meat of a little woman with blood thinned by a Californian zephyrs, was a hardly fair game for the red-fisted, short-breathed old duffer. But Jonesy, he smote, and she lays, scarly moving on her painted iron bedsheet, looking through the small Dutch's window, pens at the blank side of the next brick house. One morning, the busy doctor invited Sue into the hallway with a shaggy gray eyebrow. She had one chance in, let's say, 10, he said, as he shook down the mercury in his clinically thermometer, and that the chance is for her to want to life. This way, people have a lighting up on the side of the Undertaker Max. The entire pharmacopoeia look silly. You little lady had made made up her mind that she is not going to get well. Has she anything on her mind? She she wanted to paint the Bay of Naples some days, said Shrew. Paint? Bourgeois? Has she anything on her mind? Working, thinking about twice a man, for instance? A man? Said Sue, with a Jew's harping twang in her voice. Is a man worthy? But no, doctor, there is nothing of a kind. Well, it is the weakness then, said the doctor. I will do all that science, so far as it may filter through my efforts, can accomplish. But whatever, my patient begins to count the carriage in her funeral procession. I subtract 50% from the curative power of medicines. If you will get her to ask one question about the new winter style in a clock sleeves, I will promise you a 1 in 5 chance for her, instead of 1 in 10. After the doctor had gone, Sue went into the workroom and cried a Japanese napkin to a pulp. Then she squared into the Joneses' room with her drawing board, whistling rectine. Jonesy lay, scarcely making a ripple under the bedclothes, with her face towards the window. Sue stopped whistling and thinking she was sleepy. She arranged her board and began a pen and ink drawing to illustrate a magazine story. Young artists must pave their way to art by drawing pictures for magazine stories. That young author write to pave their ways to literature. As Sue was sketching a pair of elegant horse-show riding trousers and monocles on the figures of the hero, and assured cowboys she heard a low sound several times repeated. She went quickly to the bedside. Johnson's eyes were open wide. She was looking out the window and counting backwards. 12, she said, and little later 11, and then 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, almost together. She looked solicitously out of the window. What was there in the couch? There was only a bare dreary yard to be seen, and the black side of the brick house 20 feet away. An old ivy vine, gilded and decayed as the roots, climbed halfway up the brick wall. The cold breeze of autumn she stricken its leaves from the vine until its skeleton branches clung almost bare to the crumbling bricks. What it is, dear? Asked Sue. 6, said Jonesy in almost a whisper. They are falling faster now. 3 days ago there were almost 100. It made my head ache to count them, but now it's easy. There goes another one. There are only 5 left now. 5 what, dear? Tell you, Suri, leaves on the ivy vine. What? When the last one falls, I must go too. I have known that for 3 days. Didn't the doctor tell you? Oh, I never heard of such nonsense, complained Sue, with a magnificent score. What have old ivy leaves to do with your getting well? And you used to love that wine so. You naughty girl, don't be a goosey. Why, the doctor told me this morning that your chance for getting well real soon. Let's see exactly when he said. He said chances were 10 to 1. Why? That's almost a good chance as we have in New York when we ride on the streetcar or walk past a new building. Try to take some broth now and let Sue go back to her drawing room so she can sell the editor man with it and buy port wine for her sick child and pork chops for her greedy son. You needed, you did, you need not get any more wine, said Johnsy, keeping her eyes fixed out the window. There is going another. No, I don't want any broth. That leaves just 4. I want to see the last one to fold before it gets darker. Then I'll go too. Jonesy dear, said she, bending over her, will you promise me to keep your eyes closed, not to look out the window until I am done working? I must have hand those drawing in my tomorrow. I need the light, or I would draw the shade down. Couldn't you draw in the other room? Asked Jonesy coldly. I'd rather be here by you, said she. Besides, I don't want you to keep looking at those silly evil leaves. Tell me as soon as you have finished, said Jonesy, closing her eyes and lying white and still as a fallen statue. Because I want to see that last leaf on fall. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of thinking. I want to turn loose my hold on everything and go sailing down, down, just like one of those poor tired leaves. Try to sleep, said she. I must call Barham up to buy models for an olden hermit miner. I'll not do I'll not be goes a minute. Don't try to move till I come back. So furthermore, I would request Rajeswariba to complete the story.